closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Hello, Paramount Cyclops here, and you're an idiot if you believe in feminism. You have drunk the Kool-Aid. Your moral compass has been demagnetized. Your well has been poisoned. Well, allow me to invade your safe space and bitch slap you across the face with some truth and logic. I am so tired of hearing these false narratives being propagated from all levels of society. Even the commander-in-chief lied to the American people. Your statistics don't make sense. Most of them are mutually exclusive or contain elements of the no true Scotsman fallacy. Why is it that all we hear is stop violence against women? However, if a man and a woman were both walking down the street, the man would have an 82% chance of being a victim of violent crime, and the woman would only have an 18% chance of being a victim of violent crime. So why are we spending our valuable and finite resources on those that are the most protected? I mean, it's not because you believe females are superior, is it? And feminists, answer me this. Why is our healthcare so female-centric? Our very lives and our very health. The sheer amount of spending on women's health overshadows men's. I mean, women already live 7 years longer than men to begin with. So why is the majority of our spending going to the sex that lives longer and generally has an overall better, healthy lifestyle? I mean, wouldn't it make sense that you would want to spend more money in the areas that need it the most? The sex who dies earliest or is generally unhealthier. So the majority of spending goes on women, yet women's health is generally better than men's health. And women generally live longer than men, and women are statistically drastically more likely to be safe out on the streets than men. Yet more money is spent on keeping women even safer than they are. I don't believe they will be satisfied until 0% of women, screw the men, only women matter here, remember that. 0% of women are victims of violent crime. And who cares how many men are victims of violent crime? They're only men. But hey, the women are 100% safe now. Kind of sounds like they're shooting for female superiority a little bit. Men are falling behind in college at a drastic rate. At current decline, men will suffer in years to come. Tom Mortensen, he offers a partial answer in the 2015 issue of Post-Secondary Education Opportunity. He writes that bad things happen to teenage males far more than to teenage females. Relative to women, for example, young males, ages 15 to 24, are 4 times as likely to commit suicide. 4 times as likely to commit suicide. Let that soak in. And as you're letting it soak in, ask yourself, when was the last time you heard a feminist whose dictionary definition, mind you, is seeking equality for all sexes, has ever said anything about that? Or how about the fact that 9 times as likely to be murdered? Or how about 25 times more likely to be imprisoned? These are all males 15 to 24 years old, prime getting ready for college and college-age males. Yet women who claim to want equality, where is the outcry for that? And the feminists, I am speaking directly to you. Feminists always say, well, where's the men's groups? Where do the men gather to try to talk about their issues? Bitch, please. We have been trying to gather, and every time men gather, women gather in the hundreds to protest. The men gathering to find out why there's a high rate of male suicide, why men are dropping out of college. Women don't want men discussing men's issues. They only want to discuss men's issues under the ever-watchful eye of feminism. But I will come to the god-like persona of feminism in a minute. Where are the equality in jobs? Where's the equality in the rape statistics? It seems that feminists struggle to keep men held back. I mean, it was, after all, perfectly legal to rape a man until 2013. Think on that for a minute. Believe women are protected and men are hung out to dry? I believe so. For instance, the forced to penetrate statistic. How often do we hear stories of a female teacher who is sexually molesting an underage male student, and the teacher gets but a slap on the wrist? Too many times, I say. Well, why is that? Does society look at female pedophiles and male victims in the reverse that we do for male perpetrators and female victims? Why is there a double standard there? It should be age or position or consent that matters, and that is it. It should be consenting adults. You are either on the legal side or the illegal side. Consenting adults. You're either able to consent or you're not able to consent because you're drunk, inebriated, underage, or any other number of reasons. But consenting adults is where the line should lie. It shouldn't be, well, but the rapist was a female and her victim was a male, so therefore we're going to fine her, or we're going to give her 38 days in prison, or we're going to put her on probation. And when males are raped by females, did you know that they are not even put on the rape statistics, but rather forced to penetrate, which doesn't show up on the rape statistics, so therefore funding does not go to help male victims. And speaking of male victims, why are there no shelters for male victims of sexual assault and violence and whatnot, just as there are for women? Because men are left out to dry yet again. So where is the supposed feminism definition of equality for all men and women, yet their actions speak louder? College is another one. Men are falling behind in college, yet all we ever hear is, let's put more money into getting more women into college. Screw the men, let's leave them behind. And let's not forget that women only fight to be put into privileged work positions like STEM. Nowhere do we see feminist outcry for, well, there should be more men and nurses. Women, we dominate that field for way too long. It's a decent paying field. Let's move over for the men. No, you don't hear that. Or teachers. No, you don't hear that. Women don't want men getting our emotions or our logic or our truth into children to teach them. They would rather the hysteria of feminism and the children growing up with the listen to the female voice. Why is it that men who just want answers as to why friends commit suicide and why men in general commit high rates of suicide, where's the feminist response? Feminists, I ask you, where is the response? There is none. It's crickets. Only under the ever-watching eye of the feminism god. Because obviously all men are members of the evil patriarchy, which must be vanquished at all costs. But yet nobody has ever seen it or even proven that it exists. But just like every other religion, when this mystical, magical, unseen, unquantifiable evil is vanquished, then the ever-loving, everlasting God of so-and-so will reveal itself. Yes, feminism can most definitely be defined as a radical religion. I challenge any feminist, male or female, to challenge any of my points, or to come up with a rebuttal, or a counter-argument, or some other form of academia-style proof. Not so-and-so said, or I read in a newspaper somewhere, but actual, quantifiable, repeatable proof. Anyway, this has been Paramount Cyclops. I'm looking forward to reading the comments, and looking forward to hearing somebody with a logical rebuttal or argument to come forth. Comment, like, subscribe. You guys, keep it real.